Hello and welcome back to Ben's Miniatures. Today I'm just going to do a short review of everything I've painted in January 2026. Here's my version of the Emperor of Mankind, which is a Castellan Knight Rogel Dorn model that I've slightly converted. These are the first two 3D printed Thunder Warriors that I got from my mate Tom, who's Old Hammer 30k on Instagram, if you want to check out his stuff. Here's like a captain model. I actually did a painting video for this one that you can find on the channel. My first painting video. So here's first Noise Marine that I've painted up. I've got two more of this set to complete, and I've got, which I think might be the original Noise Marine, the one with like leopard print. So I just primed him the other day. He's waiting on the table. Here's the first two Chaos Champions that I painted up in Black Legion. The Road Trader Chaos backpacks, which I actually think are maybe from a Space Hulk set. So this is the other Chaos Champion with like Power Claw. Again with the Road Trader backpack. So here's just another Black Legion Legionnaire. But his arms and his shoulder pads are 3D printed. And I made this guy like a former World Eater who's joined the Black Legion. Here's another Black Legion model, but again it's got 3D printed shoulder pads and arms. Here we've got another Plague Bearer to the Horde. I think this is a 1989 model from the Realms of Chaos. Ooh, some lovely spots in his back there. Yeah. I really enjoy painting a Plague Bearer. It'll be fun to paint and easy. So here's Azrael, Grandmaster of the Dark Angels. Here's his Watcher in the Dark, carrying his helmet. I really like the way I did the cloak on this one. So here's the Calixis Assassin. He's a blank when he's used to attack Psychers. Correct me in the comments if I've pronounced his name wrong. I'm sure I have. And here's the 1-man army, the Evisor Assassin. I think if you got a dice rolls, he could probably take out a 2,000 point army on his own. Finished the Vindicator yesterday, but he'll probably fall into a February video. So started painting more orcs as well, space orcs. Here's a Goth Knob. Here's a couple of Rogue Trader boys that I've just painted up as Bad Moons. Now we recently got Nostalgia Colours Byleth Green, and I think that's been a real game changer for doing highlights on orc skin. I think it makes it look so much better. So here's a second Rogue Trader Orc Bad Moon Boy that I did. So here's something a bit different. Fantasy Orc. For maybe 4th, 5th edition fantasy. An Orc Biggin. So he was the first one I got to try out the Bilious Green on. So here's the first 3 Beaky Tin Boys that I did. This one's painted up like a Dark Angel Deathwing. Now, if it was affordable, I'd probably like to make an entire army of them, but going by eBay prices, it doesn't really seem viable. So here's one painted up as an Ultramarine. Them sneaky big eyes. Here's a Goth slash Blood Angel. His Goth checks on the front. And his bull transfer on the back of his leg. So moving on to some Astra Militarum. Here's my first attempt at Tallarn Desert Raider. And here's a Cadian Sergeant, although I think this might be later in 2nd edition. This possibly could be 3rd or beyond, but it's still a metal model. Try to make him look a bit more grim-dark than grim-bright, just to try out a scheme. So here's one of the Kachan Jungle Fighters. This is the missile loader guy. With a lasgun. Here's the flamer guy. And just a normal lascannon guy. So that's everything I've painted up in January 2026. So if you like this video, think about maybe giving it a like. If you like the content, subscribe. See you later.